When you're faced with circumstances in your life that do not please you and are not to your liking, sometimes it is necessary to look right past them and to put your attention on what is coming and what those circumstances have helped you to create. What you're doing now is determining what the new reality is going to look like. Your place within it will become obvious to you. You'll be called upon, you'll be needed, you'll be in high demand, and the things that you once saw as a weakness will become your greatest strengths. You are the creator of your reality. But what you sometimes fail to recognize is that you are also the tool that you use to create your reality. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. Today, I have a special treat. We're going to read from the Pleiadian High Council of 7. These channelings are from Daniel Scranton. You can find them in the book Channeled Wisdom from Higher Dimensional Beings. This one is volume 2. There's 2 volumes so far. And so far, we've read quite a few of the Arcturian Council channelings from Daniel, as well as channelings from the creators and the founders. These are the Pleiadians, and he has a small note at the beginning of the book saying that he had always wanted to feel and share the Pleiadian energy and channel it. And he said that the Pleiadian High Council of 7 came through after he had moved to Maui, and he had wanted to channel a Pleiadian collective for quite some time. He mentions Nora, his friend Wendy Kennedy, who I'm trying to interview, who is a great channeler of Pleiadians, as well as Lisa Royal Holt, who we have also interviewed in our Great Awakening segment. He explained that he wanted in and he started channeling the Pleiadian High Council of 7 because he wanted to connect with that energy. There's a lot of Pleiadian channelings out there. One in particular that we've read from is Barbara Marciniak, which started out actually pretty great, but then changed dramatically to very dark and political. So these are magnificent. I think they're powerful, simplistic. They talk about creating your reality, the shift to the new earth, mastery, creating your reality through 5D technology, creative stream of energy, your soul family, and a number of other interesting topics. The Pleiadian High Council of 7. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. Take a look past the circumstances of your life. It's sometimes exactly what you need to do. So when you're faced with circumstances in your life that do not please you and are not to your liking, sometimes it is necessary to look right past them and to put your attention on what is coming and what those circumstances have helped you to create. As you sit wherever you are and you contemplate how you got there, you are not serving yourself and your desire to move past those circumstances. It makes no difference how you got there, and focusing on how you got there does not move you into the place where you want to go. If anything, it keeps you stuck in a loop where you continue to create the circumstances that you do not prefer. So what you really want to do is to recognize that everything in your life is serving you in some way. Sometimes a circumstance in your life is getting you to access more energy so that you can create a new and better circumstance. Sometimes it is meant to simply spark that desire within you that propels you into the new experience, the new circumstances. So whatever it is you are living has a purpose, and that purpose serves you. When you recognize this, you can stop obsessing about how you got to that place. You can stop feeling sorry for yourself, and you can start a proactive approach to the creation of that which you desire. No circumstance is ever meant to be permanent. That would only stagnate your growth. Now, if things in your life are just the way you want them, you can also expect them to get better from there as well. You will always be in a state of expansion and growth. And sometimes what you need to propel you into that growth is precisely what you do not want to experience. Sometimes living exactly what you don't want to experience gets you beyond the fear of living it. And so once you face the fear, you recognize that it is just a place for you to catapult yourself from. It is summoning forth more energy through you, and it is giving you an excuse to create. Be certain that wherever you are on your journey, and whatever it is you are experiencing has a gift for you. And it is up to you to unwrap that gift and to benefit from whatever it is you are living in your lives. You and only you can change your circumstances, and you can do so by empowering yourself, by seeking to be back in the flow of energy that is taking you to that which you desire. Mission Earth. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. Before you ever set foot on planet Earth for the very first time, you understand that this was a mission. You understood that Earth had a very special place in the galaxy, and that you were embarking upon a very specific mission for all of consciousness. You all saw this experience as the greatest possible challenge that you could embark upon. And while you knew that there would be some very dark times, quite a bit of pain, and a little too much suffering, you stepped right up to it and decided that this was the only place for you to be. Now, as you begin your cycle of lifetimes on planet Earth, you also understood how far you would be able to expand. You understood that the reward for being on planet Earth was like none other in the galaxy. And so you feel that the pain and the suffering was worth it. You may not feel it now from where you stand, but we guarantee you that you feel it on the level of your higher self and your oversoul. Your next mission on this journey will be to create a brand new earthly experience for yourselves and for all future generations. And those experiences will not be about challenges. The next mission is about experiencing joy and unbridled, unconditional love. You've come this far in order to feel what it is like to move from the depths of darkness to the heights of ecstasy. Now, when you decide to embark upon the new mission, is up to you. It is up to you how much longer you play with the third dimensional rules, and when you fully embrace the fifth dimensional perspective, the fifth dimensional frequency, the fifth dimensional experience of reality. We know that many of you feel ready, and we say to you that you are. It is all just a matter of opening your heart, letting that be your guide, and forgetting everything that you think you have learned up until this point. A mass awakening. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. The occurrence of a phenomenon on your world is worth getting excited about. The occurrence of several phenomena is the start of a movement. It is a sign of an evolution of consciousness. You're going to experience anomalies, outrageous events that are inexplicable to your logical minds. You're going to see things that you did not think were possible, and it is all going to happen simultaneously in different parts of your world. These events and occurrences are going to have an effect on the collective consciousness. A mass awakening, an awakening of more individuals at one time than you have previously seen, is going to occur. And those who once believed that you were weird for believing in what you believe are going to look to you for support. This is why you're awakening in waves. It is for the purpose of giving some of the ability and the experience to be of service to others. You all have your roles to play, and right now your role is to be out a bit in front of the rest of the collective. You are the trailblazers, you are the leaders of the movement, and as such you are often seen as outsiders. Now, when these occurrences on your world begin, there will be a certain amount of panic and fear, but that is all right. You are prepared for that. You are prepared because many of you have been facing your own fears for quite some time. And you're not only capable of handling your emotions, but also of helping others to process theirs. Your world is ready for big changes to occur, and you are ready to support those who are not. But these changes would not be coming if you were not asking as a collective for them. All in perfect timing and all a part of your master plan as a collective consciousness. You are the exception to the rule. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. The exception to the rule is the most interesting part of the rule. When you have a rule, you have exceptions to that rule. The exceptions show you that there really is no rule to begin with. We want you to understand that those of you who are awakened at this time are choosing to be the exceptions to the rule. You are choosing to be different because that is what the world needs at this time. You have chosen not to fit in. Most of you have chosen not to live a traditional life. Many of you are not interested in what the establishment is attempting to keep you interested in. That has at times been unsettling to you. It has been a challenge for most of you to find your place in this world, to see exactly where you do fit in. Many of you wonder why there are no jobs that interest you. Up until now, it has been more challenging to be the exception to the rule, but everything is about the change. And when those changes occur, you're going to notice that everything about yourself that has kept you from being a part of mainstream society is what is most needed from you. So you do not need to worry about fitting in, about finding your way, and about creating a life for yourself in the way that your parents did. What you're doing now is determining what the new reality is going to look like. Your place within it will become obvious to you. You'll be called upon, you'll be needed, you'll be in high demand, and the things that you once saw as a weakness will become your greatest strengths. Your sensitivity, your emotionality, and your empathic nature are the things that others will see as giving you an advantage. You are going to navigate through the higher frequency energies with greater dexterity and certainty than anyone else that you have met in this lifetime. You are most certainly gifted beings who are ready to take your roles as leaders in this ascension process, and the world is ready to receive you just as you are. Accessing higher frequencies. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. It is a matter of frequency. It is a place of attention upon a particular frequency that is the answer to most questions. That is your journey now. This is an energetic journey through the frequency states you see. Everything else that plays out in your reality is a reflection of the frequency that you hold. It really is not any more complicated than that. Therefore, give more of your attention to the frequency that you're holding. How do you do that, you might wonder? Well, the more in tune you are with the feeling state, the easier it is for you then to measure the frequency that you are holding. The higher frequencies feel better in your physical body than the lower ones, and there is no reason for you to fear or judge the lower frequency states. There is no reason for you to judge yourselves for having activated those lower frequency states. That is the place for you to start. Let go of any notion that you have that a frequency you are holding is somehow inappropriate, that you should fear it, or that you should feel bad about yourself for accessing it. It's just there to be experienced and also to give you a point of relativity. You cannot really know that you have moved from a lower frequency to a higher frequency without first becoming aware of the lower frequency and what it feels like in your body. So start by celebrating that you are aware of the frequency that you're holding. And if you are holding a higher frequency, then simply amplify it. Ride the wave of it. Enjoy the feeling to the greatest extent possible. Let go of your desires to understand where the frequencies come from, how you got to where you are, and just embrace it all. Activating a frequency is as easy as modifying your breath. You know that when you pay attention to your breathing, you can shift how deeply, how slowly, or quickly you are breathing, and the same is true of your frequency state. If you put your attention on it, with the intention of raising it, it does not have to be more complicated than modifying your breath. In fact, you could say that the two go hand in hand. So utilize your breath and your ability to consciously breathe in order to attune yourself to your frequency state, in order to amplify your frequency state, and in order to enjoy those higher frequency states to the greatest extent possible. And then, it is our recommendation that you do not look around your world for immediate results. Instead, continue to enjoy your ability to modify your frequency, because in doing so, you change the way you feel. And then the reality around you doesn't have to change in order for you to feel good. Creating your reality through 5D technology. We are the Pleiadian High Council of 7, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. As you recognize the futility of creating your reality using third-dimensional methods, you clear the way for something that is much more effective and certainly faster. We are talking about fifth-dimensional technology. We are talking about creating your reality with your energy. You are the creator of your reality. But what you sometimes fail to recognize is that you are also the tool that you use to create your reality. What do we mean by that? Well, you are beings of energy. Your energy is what you utilize to create everything. You utilize your energy to create your physical body. You utilize your energy to create the environment around you. And of course, you utilize your energy to create experiences like thoughts and emotions. And when we say your energy, we really mean the real you. So it really does serve you to get in touch with you, with who you are. It really is the only game in town to play with your own energy fluctuations. Now, how do you modify yourself in order to shift the way that you are vibrating as energy? We recommend taking a multi-layered, multi-tiered approach to this. We recommend seeing yourself as a holistic expansion of that energy. So yes, your actions still count and your thoughts still count. And we are not suggesting that you simply sit in a quiet, dark room meditating on your own energy, because that would bore you. And as we said, you need to take a holistic approach to this business of shifting your energy, shifting yourself to the higher frequency, so it is a team effort. You want to get your body on board. You want to get your thoughts on board. You want to get your emotions on board. You want to take the actions that support the vibration that you want to hold. So it is really about paying attention and recognizing that which is of the frequency that serves your highest good and that which is not. And sometimes in order to let go of something that is of a lower frequency, you must face it. You must face the belief. You must face that judgment. You must face that past life circumstance or event. And so that it is what you are doing. Some of you are doing it more willingly than others. So the single most important thing you could do in your efforts to create your reality, using the fifth dimensional technology of yourselves, is to pay attention. And as you do, you will notice what is of service to you and what is not. And then you will choose wisely. Mastery. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. As you practice holding your vibration in the frequency where you want it to be, you are practicing mastery. You give yourselves opportunities for mastery at several points throughout your day. And you do like a challenge after all. You are masters, of course, living in the illusion that you are not. And that gives you the opportunity to achieve mastery, or to make that journey from feeling quite lacking in mastery to becoming quite masterful. So what is the trick to holding a high vibration no matter what is going on around you? Well, for one thing, you can tune yourself to your heart instead of your mind. You can allow your heart to take command of the situation. You can activate the energy of your heart, and you can come from your heart to wherever it is you are facing. It is always a good practice to lead with your heart, so even if you are having a conversation about what is happening, you do so from your heart. You do so by expressing what is in your heart. And as you offer a higher vibration than what you would expect, given the circumstances, you are shifting not only yourself, but also everyone around you has that opportunity. You become the beacon, the light, the way shower. And isn't that precisely what a master does and is? He or she grounds high-frequency energy into the space so that anyone who is interested in joining the vibration is welcome to do so. You can all be masters, and there is nothing pretentious or egoic about it. It is the easiest and most effective way to be of service to all others. And of course, when you maintain a high frequency no matter what is going on around you, you benefit from that as well. You get to feel however you want to feel. You get to create whatever experience you want to create. And you get to be masters no matter what is going on around you. Just be determined, be heart-centered, and be certain that in your moments of mastery you are in service to all humanity. Speedy manifestation. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. It does not take nearly as long as you might think it does to accomplish something in the physical reality that you now exist in. The energies that are upon you are speeding everything up to such an extent that manifestation can occur at lightning speeds. Transformations are occurring at much faster rates than you have ever experienced as human beings on planet Earth. There is a quickening that is taking place, and quite frankly, it's taking your minds and your bodies longer to catch up and to even notice what is occurring. So that's why we are here to help. We are here to help you circumnavigate your minds so that you can just expect things to unfold quickly and easily and with little or no effort on your part. If you want to create something in your experience, and let us say that it is something you wanted to create for quite some time, then just realize that you are not working with the same tools that you have been. Recognize the advantage that you have now, that you have made it this far in the shift. That which previously took years or months or days can happen in a matter of hours, but you must keep believing in your abilities and in what we are saying in order to experience it for yourself. So whatever it is you want to create in your experience, let go of all the beliefs that you have about it. Let go of all the time frames, even the different possibilities that you can imagine. Let go of all of it and sink more deeply into your creative power, your creative potential. Sink into the knowing that these energies are here to work with you, and that you are quite capable of mastery. You are quite capable of feeling for that which you desire to create, and then letting the energies do the rest of the work for you. What we are talking about here are particles of light. We are talking about photonic energy. We are also talking about the energy that has been on planet Earth for millions of years getting an extreme makeover. And when you recognize this, you can benefit from that which is occurring. You can navigate through the energies with greater speed and with tremendous accuracy, because you were quite simply born to do so. The creative stream of energy. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you these words of wisdom. There is a flow of energy that you all tap into from time to time that has tremendous creative potential within it. These are your primary resources, and you only utilize about 1% what you have access to. And so we are here to get you on to a higher percentage than that. We are wanting you to tap into this stream more often and with greater awareness. Oftentimes you are tapping into this stream when you are in no way attempting to do so. You have moments of clarity that come to you when you least expect them. Some of you experience these moments of tapping in when you are most tired, when your minds are least active. So we want to suggest to you, you make it a priority of yours to tap into the creative stream of energy that is available to all of you. Rather than trying to come up with an idea, we suggest that you simply allow yourselves to get caught up in this stream. Rather than attempting to make something happen through your actions or even through your words, we suggest that you simply intend to tap into the contents of this stream and then to feel around for it. You all know what it looks like and feels like to be in the flow for you, because you have all experienced it. So remember a time when things came easily to you. Remember a time when the ideas just flowed, and then find that frequency within you right now. Ask yourselves, what does creative energy feel like? What does being in the flow feel like? And then when you sense those energies, simply let go and let yourselves be taken. Let yourselves be swept up in the stream of energy that is all around you. You don't even have to imagine that it's in a particular place, because once you find the frequency of it, you will be swept up. You will receive downloads. You will receive information that will assist you in your creative process. You must realize that 0.1% is actually higher than what you have been accessing previous to this moment in time. So you are making progress, but the progress you're making pales in comparison to what is available to you. And so we suggest that you utilize this energy stream a bit more consciously and proactively. And yes, you can even wait until you are very tired to do this, but let yourselves feel exactly how it feels to be swept up in an energetic stream that has so much momentum behind it that you will barely be able to keep up with the amount of inspiration you receive. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are very fond of all of you, that is all. For those of you who lack direction, we are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. Having a sense of direction in your life will often cloud your judgment. It is a sense of direction that keeps you from seeing all angles and from being able to detect new timelines as they appear and make themselves available to you. So those of you who feel you have no direction, no purpose, no calling, you are actually more wide open to possibilities than those who are certain that they are on the right path and that they are living their life's purpose. Being directionless is often seen as a type of apathy, but what we see in those of you who lack a clear calling in life is a willingness to explore, a willingness to be flexible and to be in the moment. It is only when you look at your lives objectively through third-dimensional parameters that you begin to question your own value and how you are of service to the collective. We invite you to celebrate a lack of direction and to see it as being open. We encourage you to embrace all possibilities as they exist in the current moment and to know that even more will present themselves to you as you meander down whatever path you feel inspired to traverse. The idea that there is one right path for you, and that you need to find it like a needle in a haystack, is one that we hope you are all abandoning as you continue to shift and open yourselves to more possibilities, to more timelines, to more avenues for exploration. You are explorers by nature, and your galaxy is about to get larger and more accessible. So isn't it nice that there are so many of you who have yet to find your purpose in the current paradigm? You're actually readying yourselves for something more, something that you have not yet experienced on planet Earth. And so as you sense those timelines opening up, making themselves known to you, you can feel for the one that has the greatest amount of adventure on it. And you can buckle your seatbelts for the ride of your life. No need to know what direction you are moving in. Your inner world. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. It will always serve you well to look within yourselves, not just on a daily basis, but on a regular basis throughout your day. There are so many distractions around you. There's so much that is vying for your attention, especially at this time. So your internal world has to get more interesting in order to keep up with all that is available to you, and guess what? It has. You have more access points within you to other dimensions, to other beings, and to other realities than you have ever had before. This is the lifetime where you are making your shift in consciousness, and your inner reality is reflecting that to you. So checking in with yourself internally will not only alert you to what you are feeling and what you are vibrating, but it can also give you the ride of your life. If you let yourself truly go into the depths that are available to you, you will find that your inner world begins to get more attention than the outer world. That's how good it is in there. Some of you are more sensitive than others, and some of you are more aware of all the upgrades and the downloads that you've been receiving. So you can tell the others about your experiences so that they may get more interested in what's going on within them. There is no end to what you can experience, and you take yourselves wherever you go. So if you want real entertainment, meditate, breathe consciously, and feel for the energies that are moving through you. Begin to explore what is available to you right here and right now. You don't need to wait for extraterrestrials to land in order to have a cosmic experience. You can feel your connection to the other beings in the galaxy by going within. You can access wisdom from other lifetimes by going within, and you can create the reality of your dreams out there in the external world by going within. But nothing out there will ever compare to what you have available to you all day, every day, and every breath. You want to feel your expansion. You want to know it. So stop looking for big changes out there in the quote-unquote real world and start exploring within yourselves what eons of time and thousands of lifetimes have birthed within you. Your soul family. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. Before you encounter someone in your life for the first time, the two of you make plans as you meet while you're sleeping. You make plans for what it is that the two of you will experience and gain from meeting one another. Often these encounters are set in motion before you incarnate. You have your soul family that you connect with in each and every lifetime, and you choose to connect with these beings when the timing is right. There is much to be gained from connecting with the same people lifetime after lifetime. It is not just because you have karma with each other that needs to be resolved. There is a building of intimacy in the same way that you build that intimacy in a long-term relationship in a single lifetime. You know each other deeply, and you have those storied histories that create a momentum, and all of that heightens the experience of connecting with those individuals. It may heighten the drama, but it also heightens the love, the feeling of connection, and ultimately the oneness that you experience with these others in your soul family. When you meet and decide what it is you're going to experience and give one another during your sleep state, you ponder the possibilities carefully, just like you do before you incarnate in a single lifetime. But then once you meet, you do have the free will to decide how you're going to proceed. You do have the opportunity to grow and connect even more than you had anticipated. You know generally what the other is going to be for you and what you're going to be for them, but the details are left up to you. You can create whatever you want, especially now that you are working through all of the karma from your past lives. So the potential for what you can co-create with these others now is greater than it has ever been. It is time for you all to connect with your soul family, to create that which has never been before, and to feel the unconditional love and the oneness that can so easily be felt with your beloved partners in creation. The flowering of your consciousness. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. We are absolutely certain that you all came forth with the same purpose in this lifetime. Your purpose is now and always will be the flowering of your consciousness. The act of incarnating is a bold act. It is one that has lots and lots of pitfalls, but you take everything that you receive from your incarnation and you own it. You never run away. Even if you were to do something drastic like committing suicide, you would still come back to fulfill the desire that you held for that lifetime. You would continue to flower no matter what. And that is the only thing that is really at stake in your lives. It is the degree to which you allow the flowering of your consciousness to occur. You may believe that your words and your actions are important, and you may think that your accomplishments define the life that you have led, but they do not. They are expressions of your consciousness. They are expressions of the level of your consciousness, but they do not cause the flowering of your consciousness. That happens regardless of your intention for it, but you always have the option of fighting that inevitable expansion and becoming. Usually you fight it because of something you want to accomplish. So there are many misconceptions about why it is you are here and what it is you are here to do and experience. Your desires keep you focused, they keep you interested, but they are not the name of the game. They are not the true desired outcome for this or any other lifetime. They are meant to propel you forward and get you to ultimately feel that flowering of your consciousness. As it occurs, as you experience anything at all in your life, you gain access to more of your consciousness. You give yourselves the opportunity to become more of who you are and to know who you are by feeling into your true essence. Whether or not you do so depends upon your priorities. We invite you to put at the top of your list of priorities the feeling of expansion that you get as you ride the wave of the flowering of your consciousness. Your whole selves. We are the Pleiadian High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. We offer you an invitation to your whole selves. We offer you this invitation. We know that you will RSVP in the affirmative because you cannot stop the process of becoming. The process of becoming more of who you are is an experience, and it is an experience that you signed up for. What distinguishes your whole self from your fragmented selves is quite simply your willingness to shift your perspective. And you see a necessity in segmenting off different aspects of yourselves and hiding them in the corner. You live in denial of your whole self. Your whole self is willing to accept everything that you are and everything that you've done. And as your whole self, you realize that everything is about creating an experience for yourselves so that you can better know yourselves. This game that you have been playing has been the game of illusion, of separation, illusion of fragmentation, and you are ready now to let go of that illusion and to reemerge as the whole you. The whole you is capable of handling fifth-dimensional energy. The whole you is able to create and to see that your creations are always yours and yours alone. You already are your whole selves, but you have to put up barriers, blockages, and blinders that have prevented you from knowing yourselves as such. Those are all coming down and dissolving and dissipating, and in the process you're going to feel like you're going somewhere. You're going to feel like you're going home, and that is because in your original state of being you had none of these fragmentations. So as you return to your true selves, your whole selves, it is a remembering of all your various aspects. It is a family reunion of sorts, and as you come home to the feeling of who you really are and who you have always been, it is going to feel like you are expanding and becoming, and that is the experience you signed up for in this lifetime. The channeled messages from the Pleiadian High Council of Seven present a spiritual perspective on human existence and personal growth. These beings, who theoretically come from the Pleiades star cluster, are offering guidance on various aspects of life, consciousness, and reality creation. I do find it interesting that when they ask Quo about Pleiadians, they refuse to answer, when they've answered about other entities and beings. So central to the teachings here is the idea that life's challenges serve a higher purpose. They suggest that difficulties are not merely obstacles but opportunities for growth and catalysts for desired change. This reframing of adversity encourages a more positive outlook on life's struggles. They emphasize the power of individual consciousness in shaping reality. They describe a universe that is responsive to our thoughts, emotions, and vibrations. Another theme is the importance of inner exploration. They're encouraging looking within for answers, experiences, and growth, rather than seeking external validation. They portray the inner world as a rich landscape of potential, filled with wisdom and untapped abilities. These are also touching on the interconnectedness of all beings. They speak of the soul families and pre-life planning, suggesting a deeper purpose and connection to our relationships and life events. A significant portion of the channeling focuses on the shift in global consciousness from 3D to 5D consciousness, characterized by increased awareness, speedy manifestation of thoughts into reality, and a more holistic understanding of the self and the universe. They emphasize the importance of integrating all aspects of oneself, including those typically judged as negative, and they encourage a holistic view of the self, suggesting that true growth comes from accepting and integrating all parts of our being. I'd love to get your thoughts on these channelings and what you found this to be different than perhaps the Arcturian Council or the creators. All of them are very similar. They talk about similar topics, but you are the one to judge with any channeled perspective. If it doesn't resonate with you, then let it go. If it does, you don't necessarily have to think about where it came from, but look at the message itself, and it does, in many cases, carry wisdom that you can utilize, and that's all that really matters. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. I would really enjoy it if you checked out my art website. I have thousands of pieces of art, lots of new art available, and you can find it at www.newearth.art. And welcome to the Reality Revolution.